Bum, 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 bum. Welcome back, my friend. This is your quick Jiu-Jitsu podcast, the one with the great song at the beginning. And my name is Byron. We're talking about takedowns this week. We're talking about a video series I purchased with my own money. Feet to Floor by John Danaher. It's on BjjBrick Fanatics. They are not sponsoring the show. I'm just a fan of the product there, and I want to talk about it with you guys and share a little bit of what I've learned. And I don't think that the good friends at Fanatics will mind one bit. So, like I said, it's like, I think I said this last time, it's like, I don't know if it's 6 hours or more of content. I'm not going to spoil much out of this, if any. I think drumming up interest is they'll be happy with that. Anyways, he taught a lot of things that were concepts. John Danaher has a way of teaching that a good portion of his teaching is talking to the camera. And not actually, he didn't just show you 10 moves and wrap it up. He really wants to explain the why behind what you're doing and that sort of thing. So one of the things he talked about was having a power hand and a control hand. Okay. Like I said, I guess I hit 19 years of training before I got this DVD, and I wish I had this thing year one or year two. But, okay, so one of your hands, I'm right-handed, and it benefits me to stand, not like a boxer, because a boxer would stand with their left foot forward, and you make that power hand, which would be my right hand, like ready to punch, like the hard punch. So I have a jab hand, which would be my left, and then boom, there's a dynamite right there, baby. No, my punch would not knock over a fly. Anyways, I'm getting distracted. We only got a few minutes. A power hand and a control hand. So my right hand would be my power hand, and my left hand is my control hand. And depending on how my opponent is standing, it makes a huge difference on what I'm doing to start off the initial grips. And almost all the people that I'm practicing this with, they almost ignore this. And so I have a feeling that as I get a little bit better at these takedowns, that, obviously I'll share with them things when they ask, or if I have something clear to point out. But like, having somebody get a hold of my right hand is different than having them get a hold of my left hand. Like John will say, they're going to get a hold of you. Like, you're going to engage, and if you can get to where you have a grip with your power hand, and then they have your control hand have a grip on that, but it's a shared grip, that's a pretty good situation. You can't expect to have two grips and then have none for very long. Anyway, so we'll let me look at what I have here. We'll talk about a couple of the takedowns in particular, but one of them will be the ankle pick. And this is something that I look at a lot as I'm setting my ankle pick up. I need to have, I need to engage with my control hand and my power hand in a certain way that they don't get tied up or stuck in a position where they can't do the takedown that I would like. And then once my grips are good, and then it would be my left hand. Once it's free, if you don't have a grip on my left hand, and it's free to drop down and grab your ankle, there we go. I'm going to do that. Like, so it takes a little bit of I think for me, like the gun shyness of like having to shoot in and do, like, now's the time. I missed it. Dang it. Like, if I find myself to where I have a good grip on their collar with my right hand, and I have and we're fighting for our left, my left hand and their right hand or whatever, and they happen to let go with that grip, I pulled the trigger. I go. Like, it's not, I don't have to think about it so much. It's like the conditions are met to do the technique right now. It's been a couple of months since I've watched this thing. I've just been throwing it in practice and doing these things. So maybe I'm describing this in a way that John wouldn't necessarily sign off on, but just the idea that each hand has a job based on what you're wanting to do. And if you get, I don't want you controlling my right hand by the sleeve. That's a lot more difficult for me. So oftentimes my left hand will be the first to engage, and we'll tie up there, and then I get to sneak that right hand on the collar where it's stuck. He talks quite a bit about grip fighting, and I'm sure I've forgotten more than I've learned, which is normal for me. I always watch these a DVD like this, and I'll learn so much from it, and I'll go and I'll make some changes to my game, and I'll reap these benefits for such a long time. And how much easier would it be to watch it again and just pick up the better details? And maybe I'll do that. But it's just funny, like mentally, what's next? What am I going to do next? But now I do find myself, after watching this and working on these, and I do find myself enjoying the takedown game a lot more. I have things that I'm trying to check off my list before I execute a takedown, and it just has more structure for me than just kind of open wrestling or scrambling or just kind of fighting not to get taken down. It's nice. And the concept of power hand and control hand has been very helpful with helping me understand what I should be doing. If you don't know what you should be doing, you could be going to Patreon. And from there, you can go find BjjBrick and support the podcast per month. You pick an amount that you deem reasonable yet affordable. And that money will go help support the show, help keep us going. I greatly appreciate it. Hope you have a great day, my friend, and stay sweaty.